Welcome to Fouts Boxing Theory. In this episode of We Fight How We Train, we're going to be taking a look at a few clips of Robiesy Ramirez shadowboxing, a few clips from his fight, Espinoza. We're going to be talking about how these ideas correlate into why he kind of got his butt whooped so bad. We're also going to be taking a look at a bit of cool stuff from Teofimo Lopez and his shadowboxing routine and how that transfers to his fight, as well as a few things to kind of prove my point about what was going wrong with Robiesy Ramirez and some highlights from a great fighter from the past. But I also want to announce that there's going to be a new tier on my Patreon. It's $20 to sign up, $20 a month for the Fouts Boxing Academy. And I'm going to be teaching you guys how to shadow box. I'm going to be giving you guys some drills to help you guys learn, teaching you guys how to hit the heavy bag, teaching you guys how to hit the double in bag. I'm going to be your coach. It's only $20 to sign up, $20 a month, but it's going to be much more class oriented. Not that it won't be some private stuff. Like obviously you're going to be getting your videos critiqued and your technique and your stuff, but it's not going to be like the personalized one-on-one guys. One guy sends me like 10 videos a day. I'll watch like 30 minutes of his stuff. So um, you'll send in some stuff and we'll go over some details and I'll help you guys improve your routine, improve your mechanics, improve your power, improve your speed, help you guys become the fighters you want to be. Again, $20 to sign up, $20 a month. And it also comes with all of the film study stuff as well. So anyway, if you like this video, check out the coaching, check out it, become the fighter you want to be. So here we go. We got I think Shakur Stevenson over there, and then I'm not sure who this kid is here, and then we got Robiesy Ramirez in the hat here. Um, and As we notice him moving around, I want you to pay attention to just how front foot heavy he is, pivoting on the front foot, stepping with a little jab here. How often does he bring his weight, right? You see this position here? How far he is over his right leg? Well, he doesn't really match that on this side, right? And obviously, everything we want to do when we fight, we want to do in relation to our target. But it's also important to make sure that we use all the parts of our body as well. And there's probably other problems mechanically that we're going to see present in his striking because he doesn't actually use his back foot correctly, but also not bringing his structure defensively to his back foot, right? Which means, in theory, if you have a front foot position, you've got a neutral position, and then you have a back foot position. He's not really utilizing the back foot position to its full potential. Now, I teach boxing in four force positions. It's two positions, the front foot and the back foot, but you kind of break them up in a few different ways. And like being just to the left of the line and then deep down in your pull. But Robiesy Ramirez is not really utilizing that full back foot position. And actually, let me just show you exactly what I mean by that with a little bit of highlight from this gentleman here, Mr. James Toney. Again, here, boom. And again, being able to transfer his weight, boom, boom, to the back foot, to that back zone, and not have to have it be a trap where he's stuck on the line, ooh, ooh, and then blasts. But again, James Toney, who was a master at fighting off the back foot, a master who could stay in range in this position here and find holes in your guard, find holes um, in your technique when you throw punches at him. Again, obviously a master, but again, this position here, being able to get all his weight, it's a little bit low right there, Tony. It's a little bit. No, it's fine. It's fine. Um, but it's really important to understand that you have to have a full range of motion. You have to be able to go through all those positions, especially because Espinoza is a much bigger guy, right? He had so much more range than Robiesy Ramirez, which means that instead of being able to be stuck in and threaten on the front of his position in the front foot here, being able to threaten here, he had to be more defensive and he had to have access to more of his line so he could sneak up on him to cross it, right? Which made those pull counters that he was landing pretty effective when he was able to get them going. But again, in his little routine here, number one, it's not super fast. It's not super athletic. It doesn't have an immense range of motion. There's not a large breadth of things that he's doing. It's a lot of very, very basic stuff. I do want to point out there's not a lot of breaks, right? There's deep sequences, beat, 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 a little bit. And as we see him here, Check him out. Boom. Much more to the front foot than ever, making it to the back foot. Look at this structure here. We're going to take a break here, and I want you guys to pay attention to this because we're going to move on. We're going to start taking a look at some of those clips from Robiesy Ramirez. Okay, so where is that clip at? Here we go. That's not the right clip. 1 second, guys. VLCFF. Is that one not going to play now? Uh, Technical difficulties, guys. Okay, here we go. So again, circling here, circling, getting to the front foot here, stuck on the front foot, not really utilizing the back half of his line, staying pretty close, pulling here, doing a good job, making a good counter. Again, defensively, look at that structure that he created when he landed there, and now he's jumping out of it because he can't get his weight toward the back foot. He can't actually transfer. As you see his heel down here, he can't actually get his weight off that front foot. He can't get his front hip to turn and bring his weight to the back foot. And then again, the same structure, very, very, very similar structure to what happens here in the shadow boxing. And again, because of the fact that he's going through stuff like this, oh no, oh no, where is it? Because he's going through positions like this, right? Much more on the front foot than ever on the back foot. He's going to find himself in this position, getting struck, getting hit, and his opponent being able to time him getting to the line much more often. Then again, what's his defense? Blast his weight all the way to the front foot, and he's able to throw a rear hand while he does it, kind of create a little bit of safety. Again, stuck on the front foot again, being pushed forward. And this was, again, a very, very common thing going on in the fight with him, a very, very common problem. Do I even have that clip open? Yeah. Um, a very, very common problem that he had in the fight, and this one's FG. Here we go. Not being able to get his weight away from his opponent, even though there were a lot of times where he was successful and was able to pull counter and do some cool stuff. Is this clip going to play today? Little technical difficulties, guys. I don't know what's going on with my video player right now. Let's see if another one will play. All right. And again, stuck on the front foot. The opponent just jumps onto his line and throws a bunch of combinations. Again, he can't really dip to the back foot. He can't transfer his weight off the line. Having a very, very difficult time working through any of that stuff. Uh, Now, let's see. Here we go. Again, same thing. Able to pull, get his weight off the line, and come back with a little pull counter there. But again, his defense, all of it going forward. Again, not really able to get his weight off the line. And now we're going to take a look at a little bit of Teofimo Lopez somewhere. Let's see where that guy's clip is. Chrome. Here we go. And we're going to take a look at some of the kind of more flashy and flamboyant stuff that he's going to do. Yo, what is going on with my computer today? Do I need updates? Okay. Good head movement, dancing, pulling, but very dynamic in his movements, very dynamic in the games that he's playing, crossing the line, very active. And he's not any different in any of his training either. Teofimo Lopez, um, very active, a lot of movement, a lot of interesting movements as well, crossing the line. He's not just standing in a stance, right? Um, any coach that teaches you a stance doesn't actually understand what is going on in the ring or what you're trying to accomplish, because everything that we do, we want to do in relation to our opponent, right? Where our hands go, where our head goes, where our feet go. Okay, it's all dynamic. And every time your opponent moves, if he's not a robot, you have to readjust. You have to move and change your mechanics. Um, and Teofimo Lopez, going through his little routine here, very dynamic, a lot of movement, and it gives him that flexibility to understand. Oh, I can slip here. I can do that. I've trained this move. I've practiced this move here before. Um, yeah, some pretty cool stuff. And you know, I I teach that boxing is a dance and that there are moves and there are ways that we interact and we move, and it's all again in relation to our opponent. Everything that we want to do and we want to learn is, you know, everything our opponent is capable of doing. We kind of want to be able to beat it, right? That kind of makes sense, right? Um, anyway, we've got a couple of funny little clips here that I wanted to share of Jake Paul shadowboxing. Okay, and actually, I want to show his opponent. This is old. This is old. It's Tyron Woodley. Okay, and we're going to be taking a look at Tyron Woodley. And I just want you to think about how dynamic his routine is. Right now, this guy was a world champion striker in the UFC. Okay, people were terrified to fight this guy. Don't let a big, strong dude knock you out, right? Don't let a big, strong dude throw punches at you, even if they're not that good. Like, if they're just better than you, like, but that's where the bar is, right? Look at this routine. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of beat, 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 a lot of moves. Like, that was a pull counter there, right? It was a right hand pull, right hand, which is, maybe you don't set them up like that. A lot of decisions. Now, if we take a look real quick, I just want to show you this. See how he's going over here? He's shadowboxing over here because he has a mirror. Now I want you to pay attention to how he does everything in relation to the mirror, right? He's not boxing anybody. He's just trying to do the moves and see what he looks like, right? This is not how shadowboxing works, okay? You're never going to learn to move your head. You're never going to learn because everything you do needs to be in relation to your target, okay? Now, I just want to point out, we're going to take a look at a little bit of Jake Paul shadowboxing, okay? And I want you to pay attention to how much more dynamic his work is, even if it's so bad, right? Like, we all recognize that this is not good shadowboxing, right? We know. But that's how much more important it is to understand that you can move around, that the things that are not punching, right? The movement, that being able to connect your punches to your movement is so important. And Tyron Woodley obviously couldn't. He got hit, taking a step forward, rocking forward, getting hit with an overhand. He wasn't even punching, right? Like, wasn't it just a. But that's how small the bar is, right? How low the bar is for this type of stuff. So, anyway, if you like the video, give it a like, comment, and subscribe, whatever. Check out the Fouts Boxing Academy on Patreon. I'm really excited about the direction that we're going to be going with this. It's going to be really, really fun. And I have a lot of really, really cool and interesting stuff to teach you guys. There are going to be videos very similar like this where I'll go on tangents and I'll go on YouTube and I'll look up this video and, you know, and talk about coaching and talk about training and talking about this kind of stuff. Um, uh, yeah, as a Fouts Boxing Academy kind of thing. So again, it's $20 to sign up. It's not that much. It does come with the film studies. And if you guys like this film study about Robiesy Ramirez, the full fight film study is on Patreon for $10, $10 a month. If It also has a 7-day free trial, so you can sign up and watch the full film study, watch a couple of film studies, no big deal, and cancel, I guess. But um, yeah, also if you want, private one-on-one coaching, check out the up and coming fighter. Um, Again, you can send in as many videos as you want, and I'll get back to you as often as you send in videos. And yeah. Um, but the $10 film studies are also um, all the post fight film studies, because the copyright stuff gets taken down, but they don't fuck with them on Patreon. So full fight film studies after every fight are always there. Check them out. All right, thanks, guys.